Good morning, all of you. Today's topic is exercises on active voice and passive voice. Let us see here these exercises, which are usually asked in competitive exams, and how to change active into passive, and how some sentences should be recognized in passive voice, how the correct verb form is used in passive voice. The purpose is here just to make you aware of the practice of passive voice sentences, right? Especially for competitive exams. Now let us see this. Now, first what you have to do is here within bracket here some verbs are used, and you have to use the right form of the verb. Use the right form of the verb. Using right form of the verb. Using right form of the verb in given in brackets. Given in brackets. Using right form of the verb given in brackets. Right? First you see here, many accidents dash caused by dangerous driving. So first you have to identify its tense and structure. So many accidents here, here verb is cause only, but many accidents, is it subject or object? What is subject here? Dangerous driving is subject. Here it is preceded by. So many accidents is object. When this many accidents is object here, this is object. And then check it here, whether it is in future or past or it is a truth. If it is past here, many accidents were caused. If it is future, many accidents will be caused. Right? But if it is a truth here, use it in present, simple present tense. In simple present tense, after object, what is the helping verb? Is, am, are. This is simple present. Simple present. In simple present tense, what is the verb form? Is, am, are, followed by V3 form. This is passive voice. Simple present tense, passive voice. Right? So what are many accidents? What do you use? Are. Many accidents are caused by dangerous driving. Next, cheese dash make from milk. This is also truth. When it is a truth here, this is a truth. Right? So, simple present tense. Simple present. This simple present tense in passive voice, in PV. So, what is that here? Here I have given already this one only. The same. The cheese, cheese or cheese is singular or plural. Cheese is material noun. So, this cheese is object here. Material noun, singular form. Cheese is, then V3 form. Make becomes made. Make, made, made. Cheese is made from milk. Cheese is made from milk. Object, cheese, followed by passive helping verb, that is, then V3 form, made. Cheese is made from milk. Next, the roof of the building dash damage in a storm a few days ago. A few days ago means simple past. Simple past. Right? When it is simple past, you see here, Sentence is beginning with subject or it damaged or it was damaged. Roof of the building, subject or object here? This is object. Because what was damaged here? Roof of the building. Right? Next. So simple past, what is the structure here? In passive voice here, was or were plus V3 form. Simple past. Okay, the roof of the building was damaged. Was damaged. Right? You dash invite to the wedding. Why didn't you go? Past. Here. In past, what is that? Here, you were invited. Okay, were plus V3 form. In past tense, you were invited to the wedding. They invited you. You were invited. Why didn't you go? Right? Next. Fifth one. A cinema is a place where, so it is speaking of a general truth only, universal truth. Cinema is a place where films are shown. Is it clear? Simple present tense in passive voice. Next. Although we were driving quite fast, is it continuing now? No. We were driving quite fast. Past tense. Okay. Although we were driving quite fast, we dash overtake by a lot of other cars. It happened present. Now it is happening, or past? Past only. Past, what is that here? Were plus V3 form. We were overtaken by a lot of cars. This happened in the past, while though we were driving quite fast, we were overtaken by a lot of other cars. How can you identify? It is past. Okay? Past means were plus V3 form. Here already I have given were V3 in past. Next. Somebody cleaned this room yesterday. This is also past. Right? Yesterday is there. By seeing yesterday, you have to think it as simple past. But simple past in active voice, not passive voice. So because subject is in the beginning, somebody, okay, cleaned. But remember here, it is a question here. When it is a question here, you have to, okay, bring out the helping verb from this clean. What is the helping verb in this cleaned? Helping verb in cleaned is here did. So keep this did here. Did somebody clean this room yesterday? Right? This is the subject here. Subject. Then it is verb. And helping verb is coming before the subject. This is an active voice only. Okay? Next. Water dash cover most of the earth's surface. This is truth. Okay? And which cover? Okay, which covers? Water only covers. So this is subject only. Subject, truth, simple present tense, simple present tense, truth, simple present tense, in active voice, So subject plus V1 or V1 plus yes. So water covers. Water covers most of the earth's surface. Okay. See, first you have to identify whether the sentence is in active voice or passive voice. If subject is in the beginning, active voice. If object comes in the beginning of the sentence, yeah, that is passive voice. Just remember this. If the sentence begins with object, passive voice. If the sentence begins with subject, active voice. Then see the tense, whether it is past or truth, simple present tense, or past or future or continuous. Then think of the tense according to the time of the action. Okay. Now, how much of the earth's surface dash, okay, covered by water? So this water is here subject, and earth's surface is the object here. It is object, right? So the sentence is in passive voice. Passive voice and truth. Truth means simple present tense. Simple present. Okay, that is in passive voice. So what is it here? Simple present tense, passive voice here. Is or are. Okay, am plus V3. So Earth's surface is singular, is. Then V3 form, covered. How much of the Earth's surface is covered by water? Right? Next. While I was on holiday, past tense, my camera dash steal from my hotel room. Past. Simple. Past. How can you identify? While I was on holiday, you know past time. You know past time. Simple past. Right? Is it in active voice or passive voice? Passive voice. My camera, this is object. Okay? Object. So in passive voice. So what is the answer here? Was or were plus V3. Was or were plus V3. Right? So my camera was stolen. Right. Was stolen. My camera was stolen. While I was on holiday, my camera was stolen from my hotel room. Next, why John resigned from his job? Why John resigned? John is subject here. Okay? Is it clear? Resign. This is verb. Right? So this is also, didn't he enjoy it? Simple past. Simple past in active voice. Okay. He resigned here. Why he resigned here? You are asking like that. So in this one, why John resigned. Resigned. Okay, simple past. But since it is a question here, okay, remove here this ed. Right? Sorry. So just remove this ed. Right? And here keep here did here. Why did John? Here did. Why did John resign from his job? Okay, because since it is a question, you have to remove this ed and bring the helping verb did before the subject. Why did John resign from his job? Did he enjoy it? Next. 12th one. Why does John sack from his job? Okay. John has not sacked. He was sacked from his job. By the what did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? This is also past, simple past. But in PV, passive voice. So here, what is that? Why was John sacked? Why was John sacked from his job? He was removed here. Sacked. He was removed. So John was sacked from his job. So that was is the passive helping verb. Bring it before the subject John. John is object here. Before John, bring was. Why was John sacked from his job? Any doubt here? So what is here? Simple past, was or were V3. So was sacked is the right one. John was sacked. So what are we doing here? We are bringing this was before John, since it is a question. So in questions, always bring helping verb here before subject of the sentence. Right? Why was John sacked from his job? Next. Okay. Somebody cleans the room every day. Cleans, present tense. Okay. Cleans is the verb here. Somebody is the subject and room is the object. Okay. Whenever you are asked to change the voice here, first what you have to do is you have to identify the verb. When you identify the verb here and then identify subject. Somebody cleans. So subject is somebody. And cleans what? Room. Room is object. So then here think of the order of sentences in passive voice. This is in SVO order. This is in active voice. Now change it into your passive voice. So now here bring object first, the room. Is it a present tense or past tense? Present tense. In present tense, what is the passive helping verb? In present tense, is, I, am, are. In past tense, was, were. In future tense, be. In perfect tense, been. In continuous tense, being. Just remember this. That's it. So is it present or past? Present tense. So in present tense, is, I, am, are. Which one fits the is? Then this is the second rule. Then followed by V3 form. This is the passive helping verb. V3 form, what is that here? Cleaned. This is V3 form. Okay? The room is cleaned by somebody. By somebody. So you need not say here by somebody because here this somebody, anybody, everybody, those are here indefinite pronouns. Is it clear? No particular here pronoun, not specific. When specific pronoun is not mentioned, okay, then you can say here, you can omit this all. Also, the room is cleaned every day. This is enough. By somebody is not necessary. Is it clear? Now come to the next one. They cancelled all the flights because of fog. First here identify the verb. What is the verb here? Cancelled. Who cancelled and what was cancelled? Who cancelled? They. Subject. Cancelled what? All the flights. This is object. So identify here first verb, then subject, then object. Then only here go for the other. Okay? When you are asked to change the voice here, just identify first thing you have to do is subject. Verb. You have to identify is verb. Then once you identify verb here, Then think of the subject. Who did it? They. Okay. What did they do? They cancelled. Cancelled what? All the flights. All the flights is object. First you identify like this. Then think of changing of its voice. This is in active voice. SVO order. Subject, verb, object order. Then change the voice means first bring the object here. Okay, passive voice order. All the flights is all the flights. All the flights. So it is cancelled. It is V2 form. Simple past. So in passive voice here, what is the helping verb for simple past? Was or were. All the flights were. Then V3 form. Cancelled. This is V3 form. By them, not necessary. By them. Because it is also not particular, not specific. All the flights were cancelled because of fog. By them is not necessary because we are not giving importance to who did it. Okay, we are not giving importance to subject. Who did it is not here at all important, but what was done is important. What was done? All the flights were cancelled. Why? Because of fog. That's enough. Right? So if it is a specific here, by so and so person here with a name or any department like that, so you can mention it. Otherwise here you can delete this if it is not specific. Right? All the flights were cancelled because of fog. Next, people don't see this road much. What is the verb here? Don't see. Okay. What is the subject here? People. What is the object here? This road. This is object. So think of the change of the voice. This is in active voice. Now change it into passive. This road. This is object. This is object. Then this road. Which tense it is here? Simple present tense. So simple present tense is okay. Is the passive helping verb. This road is. Here keep not. And main verb here V3 form seen. This is V3 form main verb. This road is not seen. Okay, much. Here by people is not necessary. Okay, you need not mention by people. This road is not seen much. Okay, this road is not seen much. Okay. Then let us move to the next one. Right. Yeah, somebody warned us not to go out alone. Here are two actions here. Warned us, warned one to go out. Go is not transitive verb. This cannot be changed into passive. Go, here, went, go, come. These are intransitive verbs. They don't have objects. Is it clear? Right? So think of this one only. What is the verb here? Warned. Subject somebody. Warned whom? Us. Okay? Right, this is object. Okay? So, then bring this one here. We. Us becomes we. This one here. Us. Okay? This object comes to this place. We. Right. This is a simple past tense. Warned, simple past. So in passive voice here, it should be, what is the passive helping verb in past tense here? Were. We were. Okay. Then V3 form. We were warned. We were warned here. This is passive helping verb and this is V3 form. We were warned. Okay. By somebody, not necessary here. By somebody, not necessary. Because this somebody, anybody, okay, right? These are indefinite, not specific. When pronouns are not specific, you can omit them in passive voice. We were warned, okay, not to go out alone. We were warned not to go out alone. Is it clear? Any doubt? Right. Next, how do people learn languages? Here, do learn, simple present tense. And subject here, people. Languages, object. So which voice here? Active voice only. Now change it into passive voice. How only. Languages. Here. So for a simple present, languages, object here. Okay, object. For simple present tense, what is the passive helping verb? Am, is, are. Simple present tense in passive is passive helping verb. Am, is, are. Again you see here. I will write here. What is that? Present tense am, is, are plus V3. Past tense was, were, V3. Okay, perfect tense. Okay, have, has, had, been plus V3. Here, continuous tense here is, I'm, okay, are, was, okay, like this, being plus V3. Okay, like this. Just you remember this one. So what is it here? This comes up for present tense. Present tense. So what do you take here? Are plus V3 form. Languages are learned by people. Right? Then it's a question here. When it is a question here, you bring this are to, okay, before this one. How are languages learned by people? How are languages learned by people? Clear now? Since it is a question, we are bringing this are to this place. How are languages learned by people? Okay? Right. Next, they have postponed the meeting. Have postponed here. So it becomes been postponed, have been postponed, or has been postponed. So have postponed verb, they subject here, meeting object. Okay. So bring this object here, the meeting. The meeting. Right? Then meeting have or has. So instead of have, here keep has. Then perfect tense. So passive helping verb will be been. Meeting has been postponed. Postponed. By them is not necessary. By By them is not necessary. The meeting has been postponed. That's it. Right? Somebody is using the computer at the moment. So what is the tense here? He is using is the tense here. This is a verb. And this somebody is a subject. And the computer is here object. Subject, verb, object. Okay, what is the tense? Continuous tense. So bring here this object here. The computer. The computer is only. So what is the passive helping verb in continuous tense? Passive helping verb in continuous tense. Being. Being. The computer is being used. Then V3 form. Used. This is V3 form. Okay. The computer is being used by somebody is not necessary. By somebody. Okay. At the moment. At the moment. So this is not necessary here. The computer is being used by somebody at the moment. So since it is continuous tense, we are using being here. Okay? Any doubt? Just remember these only here. If it is continuous tense, being. If it is perfect tense, been. If it is past tense, was or were. If it is present tense, am, is, are. Before V3 form. If it is future tense, future, will or shall. Okay, what do we use here? Be plus V3. If it is 2V1, so here it becomes to be V3. If it is just V1, okay, V1 plus object. What do you use? Let object be V3. Just you remember these structures. This is for present, past, perfect, continuous tense, future tense, 2V1, here imperative. Okay? Next. I didn't realize that somebody was recording our conversation. So here are two verbs. I didn't realize this is verb here. For this verb, this subject is I. And this is object here. Okay? Right? And again here was recording is the verb. And this for this one, this is the subject. And this is the object. So here you can change here these two verbs into passive voice. 2 times you have to change because your didn't realize is here transitive verb. Okay, followed by object. Didn't realize that. And was recording our conversation. Recording also here it is a transitive verb. So both verbs can be changed into passive voice. So first let us see. I didn't realize that. This that becomes here in this place. Make it it. Didn't realize past tense. Okay. For past tense, what is the passive helping verb? Was plus V3 form. So it was not realized. It was not realized. Okay. Again here there should be some linker. This is one. It was not realized. Next, bring here. See this structure, this part here. Somebody was recording our conversation. Our conversation was recording, past continuous. So now here, this is object here. So it should be in passive form. Our conversation was being recorded by somebody, right? So this is not necessary actually. Okay. So now here combine these two sentences. It was not realized that, keep a linker between them. It was not realized that, what was not realized? That our conversation was being recorded. Okay. It was not realized by me, not necessary. By me, not necessary. It was not realized by me that our conversation was being recorded by somebody. Okay. So here by me is not necessary. Here by somebody is not necessary. So you are speaking to second person. So by me is implied here. So read it here completely. It was not realized that our conversation was being recorded. Okay. That's it. Next, when we go to the stadium, this is only time phrase. Don't think of when we got to the stadium or when we went to stadium. We found that they had cancelled the game. So this is only time. So don't think of it here to change it into passive. This is just time. Okay. So think of it here. This we found that. Found is verb. We subject. That is object. Next, they had cancelled the game. Had cancelled verb. They subject and the game object. Okay. So here also you can say same here. When we got to the stadium, it is time only. We found that. So here, bring this here, this side. It was found. Okay. By us not necessary. By us not necessary. It was found. You can have a link at that. They had cancelled the game. So bring this game in the beginning. The game had cancelled is a perfect tense. In passive voice it becomes had been cancelled. The game had been cancelled. Okay. By them is not necessary. So when we got to the stadium, it was found, not I was, it was found that the game had been cancelled. It was found that the game had been cancelled. So by us is not necessary, by them is not necessary. Okay. Now here, let us see. Next. They are building a ring road around the city. They are building a ring road around the city. So what is the verb in this one? Or building. Subject, this is verb here. Subject, they. What is that here? A ring road. Okay, this is object. Okay, where it is here? It is the answer for where. Okay. So you can join this object with where, no problem. Right? Now here, think of it, present continuous. So in passive voice, helping verb will be being. Before V3, being we have to use. Right? So now change it here. A ring road A ring road round the city a ring road round the city or is only ring road is, don't say are. So then continuous tense, passive helping verb, what is that? Being. A ring road around the city is being built by them. By them is also not necessary. A ring road around the city is being built. Okay. So just if you remember this passive helping verb, everything will be easy. Right? First, a ring road object is being built. You can write like that. A ring road is being built where? Round the city by them. You can say like that also. A ring road is being built round the city by them. So you need not say by them. Next. Okay. First, identify this. They didn't give the information I needed. They didn't give. This is verb. What is the subject? They. What is the object here? The information I needed. So complete, you can take it as object. The information that I needed. You can say like that. Or the information I needed. Okay, which was needed by me. You can say like that. So, but you can, so you take this phrase as object only. Which one they didn't give? The information I needed. Okay. Now here bring here the information right? Information I needed. The information I needed. Didn't give is the past tense. So in past tense, what is the passive helping verb in passive voice? In passive voice, for past tense, passive helping verb is here was. The information I needed was, okay, negative, not given, okay, by them. The information I needed was not given by them. Right? Next. They asked me some difficult questions at the interview. So, what is that question here? Asked is the verb. They is the subject. They asked what here? Some difficult questions. This is a direct object 1. They asked some difficult questions. To whom? To me. This is indirect object. This is object 2 at the interview. So you can frame 2 sentences in passive voice. Right? One is here with the help of direct object, some difficult questions. Right? So write here some difficult questions. Okay, past tense here. Were asked to me by them at the interview. This is one. Just by using here direct object, some difficult questions, direct object. Okay, even with the help of indirect object, this me also you can start another sentence in passive voice. So here, instead of some difficult questions, here you can begin with I was asked I was asked what? Some difficult questions. Some difficult questions. Questions by them at the interview. So by them is not necessary here. I was asked some difficult questions at the interview. That's it. Okay? Clear now? So how to, first you have to identify. If there are two objects here, you can change here the sentence into passive voice in two ways. First one is here with the help of direct object. What is the direct object? First you make a question like this. They asked me some difficult questions at the interview. In this one, what is the verb asked? Who asked? They asked. When you say they asked, what is the first question here you get here? They asked what? Answer is some difficult questions. So for first question, the answer some difficult question, that is direct object. So what is the immediate question for they asked? Immediate question for they asked is what? Answer is some difficult questions. That is a direct object. Now read that they asked some difficult questions. Then what is the next question? They asked some difficult questions to whom? So to me. So me is the indirect object. Right? Like this you have to identify direct object and indirect object. Okay? So first with the help of direct object you prepare one sentence in passive voice. Then with the help of indirect object also you can prepare another sentence in passive voice. Like this. Some difficult questions were asked to me by them at the interview. By them not necessary. Or I was asked some difficult questions at the interview. Okay? Yeah. Next. Nobody told me about the meeting. Right. This told is a verb. Nobody is the subject and me is the object. So here bring this me this side. Here me becomes I. Then this told is a V2 form. Past tense. I was. Okay. Next. Was is the passive helping verb. I was told. Okay. About the meeting. About the meeting. By nobody. Okay. Like this. Right. Even you can say here only you can keep not. I was not told about the meeting by, so here this negative went here only, not. I was not told about the meeting by anybody. So you can write here this way. I was not told about the meeting by anybody. Okay. Next. A little more difficult just. But be clear. How much will they pay you for your work? So what is the here? Pay is the verb. Pay is the verb here. Pay is the verb. Here they is the subject. You is the object. Okay? For your work. So simply here will is the verb here. Will pay. So bring here you this side here. You. Will pay becomes will be paid. Will be paid. They becomes by them. Okay. Then here for your work. For your work. Okay, how much is how much? How much you will be paid by them for your work, right? Since it is a question here, yeah, bring this here. Paid is the main verb. This is the passive helping verb, and will is the another helping verb. So bring this will okay here. How much will you be paid? How much will you bring this will this side? How much will you be paid by them for your work? Okay. No need to get confused. Since it is a question here, you are bringing this will here only. How much will? How much will? Okay, it will be same. Okay, in the place of they, you will come. How much will you? Okay. Next, since it is future tense, passive helping verb is be. How much will you be? Then V3 form, paid by them for your work. How much will you be paid for your work? By them is not essential. Okay? Has anybody shown you what to do? Right. So, has anybody shown you? Shown is the verb, anybody is subject, and you is the object. Okay? Then, here, okay, so here, has shown becomes a has been shown. Has been shown. So, first bring you. You. You has been, say I have been. Have been. You have been shown. Okay? By anybody. Anybody. What to do? What to? What to do is wrong. Okay, let it. I'll write it. What to do. Here again, it's a question here. Here instead of has been, I'm using have been. Why? It is you. You can't say you has. It should be you have. And since it is a question here, bring this helping verb here before the, right? So what is that here? Here it comes have. Okay. Have you been shown by anybody what to do? Have you been shown by anybody what to do? So bring this have before the subject. Okay. How anybody, has anybody shown you becomes have you been shown. How, okay, you is coming this side. Have you been, since it is perfect tense been, then V3 form. Have you been shown by anybody what to do? Right, guys? Okay, with this we can stop here these exercises and just go through the table first. Okay, and the rules are very simple here. The rules are very simple. You know, just active to passive here. Okay, just only thing is here in active wise is S, V, O order. Right? In passive wise it is O, passive helping verb plus V3 form. Okay, by subject. Right? So what is happening if you remember in 4 steps here? Easy. In the 4 steps also, mainly only one step is very, very important. Remaining are easy. What is that here? First step here, subject and object here, these are interchanging their positions. This is I am recapping the rules. So subject comes that side here, object comes in the subject position. This is it. So this is rule 1. It is easy, right? Just you have to identify the verb. You have to identify the subject or object. Then change the positions of the subject and verb. Subject and object. Right? And remember this V3, okay. Verb in passive voice is always in V3 form. This is here. Okay, remember rule 3. Verb in passive voice. Verb in passive voice is always in V3 form. This is also here. You can remember, no change. In all tenses, verb in passive voice, main verb in passive voice is in V3 form. Then here, next, you remember this subject in passive voice is preceded by. This is also common. For all tenses, okay, it is common. Subject goes to object position, object goes to subject position, right? And this subject is preceded by, and the main verb is in passive voice is always V3 form. Only thing you have to remember is this passive helping verb. What is that? This passive helping verb for present tense is, am, are. For past tense was, were. For future tense be. For perfect tense been. For continuous tense being. For to infinitive, to be plus V3 form. For imperative sentences, just let object be V3 form. That's it. Okay? If it is continuous tense, being. If it is continuous tense, being. Just if you remember this passive helping verb before V3 form for various tenses, that's enough. Okay, check the table, remember the rules, and especially remember this passive helping verb in present, passive helping verb in past, passive helping verb in perfect, passive helping verb in continuous tense, passive helping verb in imperative sentences, passive helping verb in to infinitive. Right? Passive helping verb in future. Okay? If you remember, this is the mainly very important. Okay, guys, let us start here. I hope, okay, after going through that, okay, you can use here any sentence in passive voice, right? You can change any active voice sentence into passive voice. Thank you, guys. Let me stop.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.